So, when I said that I would solve your issue with puppy biting, this is what I meant.
Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel where pups are not pets, they are family. This is Enzo. This is Lotus. Watch the tree. The number one question that we get asked. Number one question. Number one puppin' question. The number one question. The number one question. The number one question that we get asked is how do we stop the biting? How do we get these little puppy shark teeth to not want to bite us? Thankfully, we're past that phase with both Enzo and Lotus, but I'm gonna tell you what we did. All right, so today we're gonna go over all the stuff that we did with Enzo and Lotus, and we're gonna go over the kind of the thought process, you know, why do they bite? Why do they freak out over rain? No, why do they bite? Because there's actually some really important reasons that you need to understand. First, why it's not as bad as you think, and you know, maybe help you understand how you can fix it in a way that makes sense to them. Now, if you're familiar with our channel and our vlogs, you know that we go to the park just about every single day, even if it's raining. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up here, hopefully before we get too soaking wet, and we will pick this back up at the house. Back at the house, to say that we got a little wet would be putting it mildly. So yeah, we'll get all this fur dry. All this fur dry, we'll get it all dry. All right, first, before we get into some tips, we need to go over the basics. We need to understand why they bite. Now, the title of this video says that we can solve this, or rather, I can make the problem go away. And the way that I make this problem go away for you, so what you call biting isn't biting in the sense that you think it is. In fact, a lot of trainers might even call it like mouthing.
Exactly what the dog is doing, he's mouthing. Since dogs don't have an opposable thumb, they can't grab you.
They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to harm you. They're just trying to communicate with you. What are you doing, Goof?
You're being a ham. This hammy mode. Why are you in ham mode? And let's see them teeth first. Oh, so sharp. Oh my goodness. Gonna bite me? Oh, you didn't eat my finger? Gonna bite? No. Gonna bite? No. Said no. I'll not bite.
Puppies are not trying to bite you. They don't have any other way to communicate, and they don't know any boundaries. The only way for them to communicate is with their mouth. I did an interview with Robert Cabral last year, and he made a good analogy in that, you know, a baby will reach out with its hand and try to grab you and pull at you. Puppies don't have hands. You know, they have paws, they don't have opposable thumbs. They are doing a similar thing with their mouth. They're going to try to engage you, try to show affection. They're gonna try to play with you. All of this is going to be done through their mouth, or what a lot of people take as biting. Now, if you've seen videos of puppies interacting with other puppies, you'll see this a lot where they drag them around by like the side of their mouth or something. You know, they latch onto them, drag them around and stuff. Again, they're not trying to harm one another, eat one another, bite one another. That's just how they communicate. Understand that your puppy biting at your heels or your sleeves or your ankles or your hands, whatever it might be, they're not doing that to be aggressive. Also understand that how you respond is going to affect the relationship. Now, for example, if they are, let's say, grabbing on your pant leg like this, and you start pulling away from them, they're going to take that as, hey, we're playing tug. I like this game. This is fun. So they're going to think that's okay. So take from that, first of all, don't just pull away and like fight from them to take things away, because to them, that's just a game. Also, Lotus, buddy, just stop whining for 3 seconds. Let me film. Put something in your mouth. How am I gonna filter out that high-pitched cry? Okay. It is 2:23. Been doing this for a couple hours. Part of it was because it started raining. So kind of had to stop for a while. Can't have it all quiet in the house. Lotus will hear the rain. That's not good. So, when I said that I would solve your issue with puppy biting, this is what I meant. When you understand why they are biting, you'll realize that it's not an issue that needs solved. Yes, I get it. It can be inconvenient. It can be annoying. It can hurt sometimes. But it's not something you need to solve. Now, while you don't need to solve this issue, I get that you want to mitigate it, especially at times. Like I said, it can be annoying, it can be inconvenient, it can hurt. So I get that. You don't want to just like pull away from them. They could mistake that as a game. So the best thing you can do is actually Yelp. Puppies are playing together and biting and mouthing at one another, and one of them does it too hard, they'll yelp. How you can simulate this is however you want, just be consistent and use like a high pitch like ouch or ow or...
You have to say it in a high pitched voice.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Thank you. You know, whatever, you know, just like a high pitch, quick thing. You don't want to yell at them. You don't want to scream. You're not yelling at them. You're literally going like, ouch, or, you know, and you're like kind of pulling away or something, or yelling ouch and not even pulling away, especially if it's like your pant leg or something. It's not actually hurting you. And you want them to understand that that hurts so that they will correlate the two. And it may not happen the first time. I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. Oh no. And you also have to realize that they are puppies. So many times, whether it's biting or training of any kind, I get so many comments and questions. Why is my puppy not getting this? I mean, they're 12 weeks old. Why can't they sit in an extended sit when, you know, the mailman goes by? I mean, come on, be realistic. Have realistic expectations. You wouldn't expect a child to be perfect. Even a child that is perfectly capable and old enough of understanding the concept is still going to make all kinds of mistakes. If they didn't, we wouldn't have all these laws that say they can't be adults till they're 18. So, know that none of this is going to be perfect, but you can Yelp. That is the first thing. The second thing you can do is you can do brief timeouts. Now, I've kind of showed this before, and I might even overlay it because it's raining. I don't want to go outside right now. Always have them wear a collar. This is good for a lot of reasons, but a lot of times it's just so you can grab them for safety. But anytime they're doing anything that you don't want them to do, any behavior, whether it's biting or anything really, it's pretty simple. You know, you grab them, you don't be mean or anything like that. You gently push them down on the back, very gently. They'll understand. And you hold them here for a few seconds. Now, the younger they are, the shorter this time frame. The older they are, the more you let. Oh boy. So puppies, they want to be free. They don't want to be running around. They want to be playing. Yeah, you like to play. What you can do is put them in a timeout. And how you do this is whenever they're doing any behavior that you don't want, just gently, very, very gently, you don't want to hurt them, put them in a sit. And you can do this by just putting a hand around their collar. They should always be wearing a collar. And just lightly pushing their butt down. Again, very lightly. And you want them to sit for a timeout. Ideally, I like them to make eye contact. Given their age, this may or may not be practical. And given their age is how long I'll make them sit. So like when Lotus was 15 weeks old, we're talking literally seconds, like maybe fractions of a second. And then I'll release him. And if he goes right back to it, make him sit again. And we repeat the process. So those are a few things you can do. Do you see all the toys? Now, obviously, this has been an accumulation over years. And this isn't even all of them. But the best thing you can do, honestly, a lot of times, is provide them with an alternative. A chew toy. Again, this isn't going to make them never bite or nip at you or mouth you. Because remember, they're not doing it necessarily because they're teething. Now, sometimes they are. And that's when, like, the little chew toys are going to be great. Sometimes they're doing it when they just need a toy or they need something to do. Absolutely. A lot of times they're trying to engage with you. And this is just the only way they have to do that. So really, try to find other ways to engage with them. If they're wanting to tug at your leg, well then get a toy and play tug with them. You know, just engage with them in some way. Get a toy, play fetch, play turtle. Say, yeah, say we just want to play. We just want to interact. We just want to have fun. We just want to be affectionate. Sometimes we don't know that we have little baby shark teeth. Sometimes we don't realize that we're going to rip people's arms out of their sockets. See? It's all over. All the rain's gone. Might still be sprinkling. I will link the interview I did with Robert below. There's a lot of good information in that. I will also link some other puppy biting videos that we've done and just some overall training videos below. Understand that puppy biting is not something to be solved. It's something to be understood and, respond to it properly, sure, but it's not meant to be solved.